I mean, uh, what else is there even to say? What else is there even to say? Just, I thought, I'm going to just go through my headspace right now because that's what our instant reactions. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button on your way in. Instant reactions. Ravens lose 17-3 in a game that they should not have been in, but they blew all at the same time. It is frustrating. It is beyond hard to watch at times. They shoot themselves in the foot. What was it? Was it Breece Hall or one of the Jets players said, when the other team shoots themselves in the foot, we shoot ourselves in the face. That's how it felt. And today was just a microcosm of it. The Ravens had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. The Rams gave them chance after chance after chance to be in this ballgame and honestly to win this damn ballgame, and they couldn't. They couldn't. 1 yard line, second and goal on the 1 yard line. You have 3 plays, can't get in. You go into half 3-3. How about we sit there and talk about, hey, 4th and 2 after you got a massive, not only did you give the ball away, the Rams give it right back and give you an opportunity to not only grab momentum, but to go up, 2 scores at the time? 4th and 2, we're throwing a deep ball. I mean, play calling, it was just everything. Play calling at times was atrocious. I don't mind the 2 tush pushes, but if you're going to do 2 tush pushes, you might as well do a third at that point. Fumbles, just hang on to the football. I mean, Wester fumbles. They give us another. Rams help us. Rams give you illegal man downfield on a punt. I'm going to be honest. They handed us that one because I've never seen that before in my life. I mean, maybe I'm missing things, but I've never seen illegal man downfield on a punt. They give us the opportunity. Wester then next actually has a pretty damn good return, puts you in plus territory. You go down the field, get it to the inches line, and you can't punch the ball in. Yeah, defense did actually decent. Only 17 points, and really 7 of those came after that Zay Flowers fumble where he put him right there. It's just brutal. And Tez Gold Jacket Walker, appreciate you. Defense played well enough to win. Absolutely poor situational awareness by Monk and Harb. Should have been 9-3 at halftime. 2 tush pushes with a tight end and a poor line at the 1. Yeah, I'm back and forth on this. I understand why you do the 2 tush pushes, but like you said, you also have a Hall of Fame running back who's like 250 pounds. Hand him the ball. I mean, this defense did play well enough to win. Everyone was expecting the greatest show on turf to walk in here and just have their way with this defense, put up 50 points. They go out there, 3 points allowed in the first half, then 2 very, very, very quick scores within the first 5 minutes, and then nothing from there on. This defense bent. Let's not get, they were not perfect. We have the missed field goal, the going for it in there, inside the 10. There were opportunities that the Rams gave the Ravens to stay in this ballgame and make it look close, but they couldn't. The Ravens just simply could not capitalize. They couldn't capitalize. As simple as that. So that's where we're at. It looks like, are the Cowboys about to lose to the Panthers? Man, this is where we're at. The Ravens are 1-5. If you're new to the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. Ryan Ripken Show and Kevin and Zach React. Yeah, opportunity to score a lot of touchdowns. Opportunity to score a lot of touchdowns. And they just couldn't get it done. They just simply couldn't get it done. It was we can get into the whole Cooper Rush thing, but I actually I thought that the game plan in the first half, that first drive from this Ravens team was everything you wanted. First 5 plays, runs, all runs. They established the run. They pounded the rock. They went out there. They moved the line of scrimmage. They attacked the Rams. They held on to the ball. They took over a half quarter to start the game. And you're like, this is exactly what we need. That was the only time they scored. That was the only time they scored. It's just disappointing. I mean, if you look at the box score, it's sad. It's sad. Cooper Rush, 72 yards, 11 for 19. Tyler Huntley ended up being 10 for 15 because they threw so much at the end. 10 for 15, 68 yards. Was also sacked 4 times. Huntley had a 76.5 passer rating. Cooper Rush, a 44.2. That's not good for those keeping track at home. But let's talk about the Rush offense for a second. Derrick Henry, if you are going to win this ball game, what have we talked about on this channel, on the Ryan Ripken show, pregame show, everywhere? You had to give Derrick Henry the rock. You had to establish the run with Derrick Henry. He had to be getting the ball. 24 carries, 122 yards. That's what I'm talking about. But why didn't you give it to him on the biggest moment on the 1-yard line? The offense, then you go Tyler Huntley. Obviously, this is at the end. 3 carries for 39 yards. I thought that was honestly a kind of showed you why we probably should have switched over to Huntley before, because with this offensive line, at least Huntley had the legs to make something happen. Justice Hill, 6 carries for 16 yards. Andrews, the 3 carries on the 3 tush pushes for just 2 yards. Then you go to receiving. Zay Flowers, 6 receptions, 46 yards, the 2 fumbles. I mean, the 2 fumbles were backbreaking. You felt like you had opportunities to go out there and win this. You had all these opportunities, couldn't get it done. And really, in a lot of ways, just shot yourself in the foot. So disappointing, to say the least. Man, just disappointing. Just beyond disappointing. I mean, where do you go from here? That's the big thing. Where do you go from here? You are 1-5, and as they talked about, and I'll say this, I don't think I've ever been this excited for a Ravens bye week. Like I can't even express how bad I am excited, how just excited I am for a bye week that we can just relax and watch football. Like, that's where we are as a Ravens fan. I'm sitting here 1-5, nothing's going right, and I'm thinking about, okay, at least the bye week's here. Like, at least that is where we're at. We're excited for bye week. Not even really because guys are going to be getting back, or that's aside. That's obviously something that we can talk about in the future. Lamar coming back, obviously Humphrey and them came back today, but hopefully Ricard's coming back. Guys like that, you get those guys back. Hopefully Stanley's healthier, Roquan. But right now, the bye week's just going to be nice to enjoy football. Enjoy a Sunday football game where you don't have to get down on the fact that, hey, Ravens are going out there losing, getting embarrassed. We don't have to watch Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley play football next week. It's beyond disappointing to be a Ravens fan right now. I mean, that's where we're at. We're at the point where at 1-5, I sit here and talk about how excited I am. How excited I am for the bye week. That is where we are at. Excited for the bye week. I mean, I'll get to the offense that, early on in that game, I thought they did show, they They grinded it out. They had opportunities. Like I said, early on in the game, I thought the game plan honestly was decent. I like that they got Derrick Henry the football. I like that he just they were in the mindset of, hey, we are going to run the ball. We do not care. There were times it was so obviously a run and they still did it because they knew they had to. Like that stuff. I thought they had at times for Cooper Rush what they were dealing with. I thought the game plan worked, but I mean, Three points. I mean, I just keep looking at the box score right now, and you just think about how just piss poor this play was, you know? And Duran, how's it going, man? Another day in paradise. Who just said we had our opportunities? Harbaugh. We had our opportunities. We had some critical mistakes that cost us an opportunity to win the game. It's the same thing every week. Oh, we had chances. Oh, we got to capitalize more. Oh, we didn't really get this to happen. Oh, we just fell short here. Oh, we just fell short there. It's the same speeches every week, and I'm tired of it. We're 1-5. I don't know what the future holds. You got to run the table now. You can do what? You have to go 9-2 to get to 10-7. So you have to go 9-2. You can slip up twice the rest of the season to give yourself an opportunity to make the playoffs. 1-5 is not great. 1-5 is not great. And if you are new to the channel, if you're over on Ryan Ripken Show, I actually streamed on both accidentally. I'm not going to lie. That was not supposed to happen. But I, out of habit, put it on Kevin and Zach React and added Ryan as we went live. But yeah. And Zach, I agree. The signs were starting to get there. They were more, there was life. There was life from this defense. They fought. I mean, this Rams team was supposed to come in here and put up 1,000 points. This is what I actually have not looked at this yet, and I'm very intrigued what time of possession is going to be. Ravens had to have, I felt like at times, dominated time of possession. What was... Yeah, Ravens literally had it for almost 2/3 of the game, 37 minutes. I talked about this. I put it on Twitter. I've put it on, I've talked about it on this show, on the Ryan Ripken Show. They need to, when Lamar was out, they needed to just dominate time of possession, to keep the defense off the field. That's what they did. I mean, the Rams offensively only had 51 plays. The Ravens had 75. That's what you want. 75 plays, and 75 plays and 3 points. Like, that's where we're at right now. 75 plays, 37 minutes of total possession. You should score more than 3 points, and you damn sure should probably win that ball game if you're dominating that much time of possession wise. I guess we just got... Did we just get word? I got to read the tweet again. Yeah. So Ravens head coach said Lamar is expected to return from his hamstring after the bye week. I mean, we knew that. I knew that. And I saw someone earlier ask my opinion on Harbaugh. I mean, I think that the time is coming to an end. I think the message has gone stale. The Ravens will not make – I would be floored if I'm not going to say, they're never going to do it, because anything can happen. But it's not like the Ravens ever make an in-season head coaching change. I don't think they do that for Harbaugh, no matter how bad it gets. I think, if anything, they part end of year. If it got ugly today, I thought they were going to get rid of Zach Orr at the bye week. He might have given them enough to keep his job. We'll see. But oh my gosh, lost banana. I was losing my mind. That 2-man rush, 4th and 3, and we're rushing 2. Tom Brady was laughing at him. Tom Brady was in the booth laughing at how piss poor of a play. Like 2-man rush. He was like, I've had that happen to me one time, and I think I threw a 60-yard touchdown. You're going to give Matt Stafford all day back there? I don't care that you have 9 guys in coverage. Someone's going to come open, and then you let, what was it, Kyron Williams 30 yards down the field? It's so brutal to watch. And then Falele, I would assume Emory Jones gets the start at either left or right guard coming out of the bye. I mean, his 21-day window activation period is going to be coming up to an end after these 2 weeks. So he's got to, I would assume, be active. So I assume Emory Jones is going to be the move there. Maybe I don't know what else they do, but I think that they need to switch up this offensive line. They need to switch up this offensive line because things are not going well. I mean, there's a reason that you got tush-push stuffed twice at the 1-yard line. Oh, Tavius Robinson broke his foot. Awesome. This is where we're at. 1-5. The Baltimore Ravens, supposed to be this big, daunted, powerhouse, juggernaut AFC team. They were up 2 scores in Buffalo. I mean, imagine telling yourself then when they were up 2 scores in Buffalo, looking like they were about to walk out of there 1-0. Imagine telling yourself then that this team's 1-5. That's where we're at. That's where we're at. Yeah, and I think that you put this really well. I care. It's like, do I lose sleep at this point? No, but it sucks to see. Yeah, I'm getting past the point. Like even today, like when things were happening, if usually I would be all over the place. I'd be like, how are we not hanging on to the ball? Now, don't get me wrong. I still hate a fumble. This still sucked to watch. But this wasn't I'm losing sleep because of this game. This is now oh, awesome. It's like exactly what we thought. At least this was a hard-fought loss. I mean, last week was just you can't make it up. And, I don't doubt this. I don't doubt this at all. They can make a run. You got to go 9-2 to get to 10-7. 10-7 gives you a chance. That would be how you do it, Yeah, Duran, hey, if you want to go, what would that be, 11-0? Go 11-0 the rest of the way. That would be pretty fun. Just run the table, Duran. That would be cool. But, realistically, you can probably lose. You can only lose 2 more, realistically, and even have an opportunity. You lose more than 10 or 9-2 to get you to 10-7. That's just to give you a chance. You might do that, run the table, have this great comeback, and then nothing. Nothing comes from it. You just miss the playoffs because that's the hole you put yourself in. So this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be a great, fun stretch. It's going to be stressful. They cannot drop any games at this point because, hey, you made your bed. You got to lay in it. So, man, yeah, 11 straight would be really fun. 11 straight would be really fun. I know there's going to be so many questions about during this bye week of what's to come. So I guess we're now. Roquan is also now expected back next week. I'm trying to keep my phone handy right now to get these up to the minute. Harbaugh and Derrick Henry talking. Yeah, Derrick said our defense did a hell of a job. They did. They, for what the offense did and all that. Okay, everyone, I understand that Starks isn't having a great start to his career, but people are. I just saw someone comparing to Matt Elam. Can we pump the brakes on the Starks hate? Give this rookie a chance to get comfortable in the league before we give up on him. I would expect Ricard to be back probably as well, especially with he practiced all this past week. I'd assume the week off, get more into it, and then after that against the Bears, that's when it starts. It's when it has to start. They have to make moves. They cannot send out the same O-line. They're going to have to make, I don't know if they make a trade, if they make a coaching staff change. I don't know what they do, but they're going to need to get it going. They need to make a change somewhere because you can't. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So they got to change something. And they're on me, Kevin, and I, in which I'm going to plug this now. Kevin and Zach React, we're going to go live after the Sunday night football game to talk about all things that happened today in the National Football League, all of that. Kevin Ostreicher, host of Locked On Ravens. So if you see that other place, Kevin and Zach React channel, go hit that like and subscribe over there. We'll break down everything later tonight. So if you want to see more of me talking, but as Duran, as you just said, Kevin and I talk about all the time. He says his two dream moves right now would be Calais Campbell and Kevin Zeitler. 2 reunions, give up the 4th and 5th. You need to make it happen, but you need to get some help. They need to get some help, especially in the trenches. Need to get some help in the trenches. And I did see Odafe Owe got a sack today because of course he did, right? Because of course he did. But man, what a disappointing day for in Baltimore. Not only did you kind of go into it with the expectation of, okay, this isn't going to go well. This is going to be a blowout. I kind of went into this thinking it was going to be a blowout. Next time you come back, or next time you look up, you're like, oh, the Ravens are competing. Ravens are showing some fight. First drive, half of the first quarter. Yeah, you end with 3 on some, calls that you hurt yourself with. But, hey, putting up a fight. Next thing you know, defense goes in, bends, doesn't break. Off the upright, doink. You're feeling good. Drive down the field. Oh, I literally, as some of I take notes throughout until it gets just disgusting. Second one, Cooper, you get the ball back. Cooper Rush tries to force it, interception. Jenkins fumbles. You go down there, get that. Ravens or Jenkins makes the big fumble. You get ball in plus territory. You're like, this is the opportunity to go score. Go for it for 4th down. You throw it deep for some reason. It just, I didn't agree with a lot of the play calls, especially in big situations. So it's disappointing. It is disappointing to say the least, but the Ravens fall to 1-5, last place in the AFC North. They're going to need to win everything they can from here on out, 9-2 at a minimum if they want to make a case to go to the playoffs. But that's going to do it for this instant reaction on the Ryan Ripken Show channel and Kevin and Zach React. Head over and subscribe to Kevin and Zach React. We will be live. Kevin Ostreicher, host of Locked On Ravens, and myself later tonight at the conclusion of the Sunday night football game. Talk more Ravens, talk all NFL. So bring questions, bring anything, things you want to talk about. And I'll see you then for our Sunday night football recap, or just our NFL Sunday recap. Have a great day. Try not to let it impact the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of the football, and I will see you guys later tonight. Have a great one, boys.